All right, so we are recording. Everybody, welcome. Welcome to the team call. Can somebody hit the link and put it on that picture? I forgot to put the link on there. Some people be just clueless as to where to find the link. So if somebody can do that on a picture in our team page, that'd be excellent. Welcome to Sunday Family Time. We got 7 people on right now. Everything is no problem. I knew Rhonda was going to do that faster than anybody, but I got to give her the option and the opportunity for everybody. What we want to talk about today is the Herbalife opportunity. Let me go ahead and hit leave it all so everybody pops together. What I want to talk to everybody today about is something that myself, Stephen Crawford, 2.5 Global Bench Team member, 2.5 years in the business, something that I'm undergoing right now, and I'm really wanting to restructure my business because I'm actually looking at the Herbalife opportunity and what other people are doing with it, and I'm realizing that I'm not taking full advantage. Wait, what's this mean? Yeah, that link, I don't know. The link just be disappearing week to week. I don't know what to tell y'all. But one thing that I've noticed is people don't readily understand the Herbalife opportunity. And one thing that I personally, and the message today is strictly something that I just had a conversation with Terrence, my accountability partner, about. And I told him, what I needed to do in my business. And I told him that, I wasn't really seeing Herbalife for its full benefits. And I really wasn't taking advantage of really what I could be taking advantage of. Because if anybody's following those urban heroes down in San Antonio, they getting it in. They're not playing around with nobody. And I've actually seen them in action, and they're led by Will Davis, and Will Davis has Sean Morton and Bianca Donald and James Donald, who just hit first cut 2.5 Global Expansion Team, and then Sean is 10K every month, no matter what a full-time real estate job, and they're down there, and they're like, we thought our fit camp was popping. They got 200-300 people coming through on a weekly basis to their workout. And when I was talking to Will, what he let me know is he's like, people don't want it bad enough. People want to make excuses for things going on in their life and not realizing that the things going on in their life are always going to go on in their life if they continuously let them go on. And if you are going to stay in the same situation because it's happening, then guess what's going to keep on happening? The same situation. If you look at your life and it's been a repeat and a replay for the last 2-3 years, you're going through the same cycle. Now understand you already know the next 5 years of your life are going to be like, because you've already lived those 5 years. And what I realized in the Herbalife opportunity is what my hustle to get to Global Expansion Team was ridiculous. I saw the life that Super had when I first came in, and I had a job. I just moved to an area where I knew not one person. Everybody that I know in California does Herbalife. I can't even find a babysitter half the time because everybody, when they got SDS, everybody I know is going to SDS. So the amount of knowing people in my area to get them on and all of that stuff, it was hard. It could have been an excuse, but all I know is my hustle to change my life with my first year and a half of the business was real. There were no excuses. I was going outside. I was talking to people. I was hitting all y'all up on Instagram. Orlando was hearing from me. Rhonda was hearing from me. People were seeing. I made sure I post 4 or 5 times a day. And guess what? I had bad months. I had months to where I didn't get anybody. I had months to where people were returning products left and right. I've had those months. Some of y'all probably had never had to deal with refunds like I had to deal with refunds, because I was just slanging the products to everybody, giving people the wrong stuff sometimes. But I knew that my vision was like what I'm doing right now. Listen, I went to the same school that Adrian and Jermaine went to, and that shows all them the school in Missouri. I went to the same school, and I know what the schedules and times are like. I had basketball practice, and I did a whole bunch of things on campus, and I got my degree in communication. I have a degree in business and physical education. I double majored, and guess what happened when I graduated? I didn't get a job in none of those. I was working retail. I have 3 degrees and $60,000 in student loans. And guess what wasn't going to help me pay them back? Doing the lifestyle that I was doing before. My job at Target, yeah, I'm getting 40, 50 hours a week, but guess what? I'm just getting enough to get by. Because the generation that we live in, jobs are hard. The economy sucks as far as finding a job in your field and finding a good job. Yeah, you can find a job, but are you going to find a job that's going to allow you to pay your student loans back before you are 60, 70 years old? That's the average. When people get done paying their student loans on average around the age of 45 to 50 years old. They're paying student loans all the way up. Who wants to pay student loans till you're 50 years old? 50 years old, you don't even know what it's like to be a student no more. And for me, I value my education a whole lot. But what I know is the Herbalife opportunity is one of the only opportunities that is going to allow me to pay back my student loans before I turn 30 years old. And for me, I have to realize I'm not doing enough. Y'all see me all the time. Y'all see me more so now. I'm posting on Instagram all day. No matter what I'm doing, 4 or 5 times a day. You know why? Because Garen Jones said he does it. And guess how many volume points Garen Jones got till he reach 1 million for his lifetime, which is only 4 years. 8,000. He gonna get it next month. 1 million volume points in less than 4 years in the business. 30K Perez team just bought a high rise over Santa Monica. Y'all know how much millionaires live over there? Those are a couple $1 million condos that he's living in. He's been doing Herbalife for 3 years. Just 3 years. And I'm telling y'all this because some of us are so young, we don't even realize how life is going to hit us when we get older. We don't realize that, all the celebrating and fun times and all that is going to catch up with us. And all the debt that we accrued and all the insurance things, all these things are going to just happen. And you're going to be like, okay, I should have took it more serious. And I'm just telling people this because I've went through it and I'm even going through it now. Even at the global expansion team level, I'm trying to catch up to all the mistakes that were made in the past. I'm trying to catch up to all the student loans taken out just to pay rent and have extra money when I was in college. I did all of that. And I got scholarships, and all of that stuff, still taking out student loans and all these things. And graduating and then realizing one day just, wow, everything just smacked me in the face. All at once. I'm lucky. I'm fortunate enough to have this Herbalife opportunity that says that I can make any amount of money any day. It's funny because this time every single year for the last 2 years, it's been a time where people start to check out because they got like school, you're back in school, or, summer's over and we're going back to work and the focus is not there anymore. And guess what happens? People go back to the same old, the start of that circle. Wintertime come around, I want to get in shape for spring. And springtime comes around, I want to get in shape for summer. I want to make a little bit of extra money. Then they check out. And I see it all the time. There are people right now in our team that won't do the business because life is happening. Guess what? Life never stops happening. And the best thing that you can do is equip yourself to handle it when it does happen. And how do you do that? By making sure money is not everything, but money can handle a hell of a lot of problems. Financial freedom isn't everything, but it alleviates a lot of stress off your shoulders. Who wants to live paycheck to paycheck? You know, there are a lot of people, and for the life of me, I cannot understand the excuses. Like, I used to let a lot of things go past me, but what I understand now, there is absolutely no room for excuses to not do your best at this business, or at least give effort. Because I'll tell y'all right now, I'm drained out of my mind. Competition I'm prepping for, because I want to work on something. I want to really expand Herbalife 24. I want to expand the company. And raising two babies. I'm at home with them all day. Can't take them outside because it's like 107 degrees out here all the time in the desert. I have 1,000,002 things going on. Running a team as well. Making sure you all see me always in action. And guess what you'll never see me do? You are never going to see me quit. Why would I ever quit something that is going to allow me to have everything that I ever wanted? 2,500 volume points is not even a thought in my mind, because all it is everyday effort. Do y'all know if y'all got one client a day, everybody can get a client. But there are days that we don't even try. You know, if you get one client a day at just 100 volume points, a shake and tea, that you can do 15 to 20,000 volume points a month. Taking Saturday and Sunday off. If your mentality was, I want to just get a client every day, I want to reach out to one client. That's how I did. I did 10,000 volume points, 10,000 plus volume points for 8 months in a row. How did I do that? Every single day, I was like, I want to get just one client. And if I didn't get one client, I wanted to get two the next day. That was my focus. And we don't need to make it a full-time job. Herbalife is not meant to be a full-time job. Put an hour or two into trying to get a client a day. I guarantee you your business will change. There's an hour that you probably wasted today that you could have been using to help yourself in the business. There's an hour yesterday that you probably didn't even think about, doing anything, that you probably were watching TV or got bored or start posting statuses or scrolling through Instagram or whatever it is. You probably wasted an hour each day that you could use just to find one client. I think this weekend, I've sent out 39 emails, just going through hashtags on Instagram, fitness hashtags, weight loss hashtags, whatever it is. If they got an email in their bio, I'm sending them an email. If they don't, I'm DMing them. And not only just about weight loss, I'm trying to get people to do the business. Because you want to know how I got the Global Expansion Team? I got people in the business that did the business. At one time, I had Brittany, I had Orlando, I had Sean Stanley, I had Will, and I had and then Rhonda was doing high volume. Then I had 5 people at one time going through the business, actually going through the business. You know what that did? That made me do high volume, and that made me get a lot of supervisors. And guess what a lot of supervisors means? It means I don't have to work at Target anymore. It means I can make, $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000 a month and not have to worry about the stresses of life. And now if I want to set myself apart, I have to figure out how to do that again. And how do I do that again? Either I go with what I have in front of me, or I go out and find more new people. But you know what I can never do? I can never wait on anybody to do it for me. I can never wait on Super to create a situation for me. If you're waiting on your downline or you're waiting on your sponsor to do something for you, that is not it. When you signed up, you got an email that said, welcome, Stephen, you're an independent distributor. That you're an independent distributor. So you're responsible for your business. You know how many people pass up their sponsors? You know how many people their up lines and side lines that just leave each other? I was with a couple of people, and then all of a sudden I was like, y'all tripping. I'm leaving. I'm going because I see the opportunity. Like if you're waiting on me to create a space for you, if you're waiting on me to give you nuggets, if you're waiting on me for inspiration, then you got the business wrong. The opportunity is for you to do whatever you want to do with it. I'm just a way for you to get into the business. Like Super didn't do anything, like nothing. My business didn't grow through Hero Camp. None of y'all have been to Hero Camp and participated. I think Rhonda them came, but nobody has actually been and came through my business because of what Super created. Nobody. I created something myself. I created this. What are you going to create? Oh, I don't have an STS in my area. Guess what? We once upon a time didn't have an STS in our area. But guess what people decided to do? Create one. Started with an HOM. Mark and Joaddy had a small office attached to 2 other buildings. Guess what they said? I see the opportunity. You can't tell me all these people are making all this money and I want to be at home with my kids. And I want to have a life that I don't regret. I'm going to do everything possible. So they created a HOM. And guess what happened? Now that is the central hub of all of, Herbalife. That's where the healthy active lifestyle started. That's where Fit Camp started off of. It started from somebody who was so hungry and saw the opportunity with no limitations that they created something that was not in their area. Fit Camps are new. Fit Camps ain't been around for entire Herbalife. That's a tool that was created here in Southern California because they realized that in order for this business to blow, we needed people, active. So my question to you is, what are you creating in your area that probably has nothing? Or are you waiting on somebody else? This is what I thought about today myself. I'm going to Hero Camp each and every week, and I'm plugging in and I'm contributing, but I'm not creating nothing. I'm not doing nothing but showing up in running stations, making shakes, being a body that attracts people. But I'm not attracting nothing to help my business. So guess what I'm going to do? As soon as I get back from Pittsburgh next week, I'm going to create something for myself. I have a house. Guess what I'm going to do? I'll have shake parties. I'm going to have HOMs at my house every week so I can create something for myself. Because guess what? I am an independent distributor and I have the opportunity to. And if I want to take this serious, I think a lot of us think that this is it's a fun thing to be a part of. It's inclusion. And by all means, if that's what you want to continuously look at Herbalife as something fun to be a part of, that's no problem. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to figure out why Adrian just texted me right now. He ain't on the call. Lord have mercy. But the whole point of all of this is, what up, Sanchez? The whole point of all of this is, what do you see this opportunity as? Do you see this opportunity as something that, like I just said, is great to be a part of? You enjoy your discount, you enjoy the products, fine. Stay right there. But my intentions for this business was because I was broke and I didn't have anything. And I saw other people who were broke and didn't have anything. And I wanted what they had. So I did what they did. Guess what? Garen has never taken a day off. But if never taking a day off for 4 years can get me to what he got, why would I? I don't care what's going on in my life. I don't care. You guys will never know my problems and troubles because you always going to see me here smiling and making jokes and making people mad with my dry sense of humor. But that's just I'm not going to lay my problems out there because every single person has run into an issue. But if I believe that when I was growing up and I was going through church and my mom was telling me we are designed to live like kings and queens anyways, and I get an opportunity to do that, why would I ever shun that? Why would I ever go away from that? Growing up, I always wanted to live like a movie star. I used to always envision myself driving a nice car, going to a nice house, having my basketball court out back with the bowling alley inside. Because I saw it on TV, but I never knew what I would do to achieve that. Herbalife is the average person's best chance at an extraordinary life. But everybody rather live an ordinary life because it's easy. It's easy to be ordinary. It's easy to go to a 9 to 5. It's easy. It's easy to go to school, get out of school, and try to figure out life. That's easy. That's the typical thing to do. But I would much rather take an opportunity that says every dollar that you think that you're worth, you can go earn. And it's yours. And it's for a good cause. So for me, I look at what Super just did. He was just treated like royalty in Brazil. First class, flying all over, helicopters and all that craziness. Man, he just got out of jail 3 years ago. 8 to 7 will be killing me too. But my thing is, what are we doing to get out of what's killing us? Some of y'all, most of y'all, probably got to go to work tomorrow. How long do you want to do that? The choice is literally up to you. Because if I told you that in September, which is coming up, that you can make enough money and change enough lives to change your own life, all you have to do is show a little bit of effort. All you got to do is work a little bit harder. All you got to do is wake up a little bit earlier or stay up a little bit later. It's these people that I know that just hit President's team. You know how long it took them? 13 years. 13 years, and they hit President's team this past month. I met them in Hawaii. Great couple. And one thing that they told me through our language barrier, because they're like Jamaican and it was kind of like a little bit of a language barrier. But one thing that they told me is like they saw the opportunity and they were like they were never going to quit because the job that they had before had them working paycheck to paycheck. And they're 40 years old. He said, you know what? I'm 40 years old and I still have $20,000 to pay off for my student loans when I was 40 and came into the business. I'll be damned if I'm 40 years old and I still paying off student loans. That's not going to happen. But look at society. Tell me how many people you know are graduating and getting amazing jobs. And if you don't got a degree, it's over. Unless you know somebody, it's over. Because there's nothing out there. Everything is going straight to the internet. Shit, even personal training is a stupid profession to get into now because everybody online is a personal trainer now. So my thing is, look at the opportunity for what it is. There should never be anything that should stop you from changing your own life. Like literally, I was talking to Grack, and and I was telling her, y'all gotta come back. Because nobody wants to say, hey, I'm going to work, and you don't get off work till 10 o'clock at night, and you can't do anything with your time. How do you value your time? That's the question I want everybody to ask. How do you value your time? Y'all saw the J. Cole interview, right? Well, some of y'all probably seen it. He says, for minimum wage, if it's $9.25 or whatever it is in your state, you're telling yourself that an hour out of your life is worth $10. Even if you're making $20, an hour from your life is only valued at $20? You gotta be kidding me. There gotta be something different. Because I know an hour of my life is more valuable than $20. So how do you value your time? I find myself nowadays, I'm literally in my head cussing myself out because I'm like, I just sat on the couch and I was on my computer and I was doing, I went off on a tangent looking at some bodybuilding stuff and I didn't do anything for 2 hours. Netflix is on and I caught a series or something and I'm like, next thing I know, it's 5 o'clock and I got to go do stuff and I wasted 3 hours. For me, the phrase "work on yourself harder than you work on anything else" really is something I think about daily. So back to this whole 2,500 volume points. I'll never tell anybody that that's what you're supposed to do. I'll never tell anybody that's an obligation. But if you say you're about Herbalife for life and you want to do this business, there's absolutely no way that we don't do 2,500 volume points. That's for me. When I came to the business, Garen Jones said, if you don't do 2,500 volume points, that just means that you just didn't try. I literally have to not try every month if I'm not do 2,500 volume points. Like literally, you have to go days without doing anything and forget about the business for a week or something. Adrian shaking his head, yeah, because you literally have to, like, if you're engaged and you're talking to people on a daily basis, even online, take the weekend off. Take Saturday and Sunday, do what you want to do. Go out of town. Go for a Kylie and Orlando walk in the park. Do whatever you're going to do. But when Monday through Friday comes, take an hour or two out of your day and just do Herbalife. I guarantee you there's no way you can't do 2,500 volume points by yourself. There's no way. It's not possible. Unless you're just posting online all day. Like if you're posting online to, 30, 40 people, then you talk to the same people, then obviously you're not going to grow a business. Then I remember talking to Ryan like 2 months ago, and he like, I just go talk to people outside all day. I'm just walking up to people. I don't care if they say something to me. I don't, whatever. And my friend Terrence is the same way. He'll walk up to somebody in a second, and what they gonna say? No, I'm not interested. Cool. I see people in the parking lot with little vote things, asking everybody in the parking lot, do you vote? Do you vote? Do you vote? I'm like, what if I did that for Herbalife? Just sat in the parking lot or just went somewhere and I just passed out flyers with the intention of getting somebody like just for an hour. And this is the last story that I'll tell y'all. Mark and Gileadi, which are one press team member, one diamond away from being Chairman's Club. They make on average about $300,000 a month. Just let that sink in real quick because it's possible. I know them. I seen the pay stub. I saw Garen when I first came to the business. He was making $45,000 a month. I saw pay stub. I know what it looked like. Super makes $20,000 a month. I know what it looks like. But Mark and Gileadi, 5 years in the business, 5 years to pressing, and they're making their Mark Hughes bonus was $495,000. What they did to get there, Gileadi had a full-time job. She worked 9 to 6. And on her lunch break, she said her goal was to have a shake and pass out 100 flyers every lunch break. And she said it was days where she had 100 people take them and throw them on the ground. And she went home and cried and told Mark she quit. And Mark said, I mean, I understand what happened, but I don't accept your letter of resignation. Because you're going to have days to where nobody wants to hear what you got to say. And you're going to have days to where people delete you off of Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is because you talk about Herbalife all the time. Guess what? Who cares? It's 1 or 2 people. And she said every day, Monday through Friday, on her lunch break, 50 to 100 flyers, no matter what. And that's how they built what they got now. And I ask myself, am I working that hard? Am I willing to Monday through Friday pass out 100 flyers to come to an HOM? Because they no matter what, they said they're going to have an HOM every single week at their house. And they're going to make sure that they get out 500 flyers a week to get people to come into the opportunity. But guess what? 5 years later, they make $300,000 a month. And they ain't got a care in the world. Oh, I just had a new baby. Your baby's set for life. I'm just going to let that sit there for people who are thinking that they are trying. For me, I got to remind myself, I got to humble myself. Like, I need to get on that kind of level, that kind of hustle. If I want to make millionaire team and I want to make president's team. Am I willing to work that hard? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to make $100,000 a month? Is it worth it to make $10,000 a month? $10,000 a month is a doctor's salary. Is it worth it? Yeah. Excuse me, but yes. And one thing that I like I said, I'll never do. I'm in the mindset of opening up my own club. I'm in the mindset of doing my own thing because I am an independent distributor, and it's up to me to grow my business. And when you get that mentality, and when you understand that it's up to you have to be funneling people in every month, and you have to be getting new members, that's where my business, as far as personal volume goes, that's where it fell off. It fell off because I wasn't bringing in new people. I wasn't getting new people to events, and I wasn't moving people through the marketing plan. If you go a month without anybody, we all have friends. Why don't we want to share this opportunity with all of our friends? Why do you think I got so many family members on? My mom, her husband, Orlando, my sister, my brother. Like, I have all my family on as coaches. And it took a while, but they all eventually, they're coming. But why would I not want to do this for life with my family and friends? Why would I not want to travel the world with my family and friends? I'm telling y'all, taking my mom to Hawaii for her birthday, all expenses paid, opened my eyes to what is possible. I did that, and I never even thought I'd get a chance to go to Hawaii. But Herbalife paid for me to go and paid for my mom to go. How many people would want to take their mom on her dream vacation and not have to pay anything? But all it was is a little bit of effort every day. That's all it is. A couple of posts and just go talk to a couple of people. Don't interact with people because it's worth it. And that's what I'm saying. Are you worth it? Is your time worth it? That's what you want to ask yourself. So our Sunday calls from now on are only going to be about no more than 40 minutes. And I want to stay around 30 minutes because this is not what's important. This is our bonding time. This is our time to come together and not have an hour of, beating information over the head. This is our time to grow together, just like our supervisor chat is a chat to grow together with each other, to build relationships. Where I want you all to get in a habit of plugging in is supervisors should never miss a supervisor call because they're recorded. And Monday night with Garen, we want to plug back into that because I want that vision. I can't tell y'all how I just sit there like this on Garen's. I don't got to listen to nothing he say. I'm looking at his house. And I'm looking at him press that button and say, yeah, let them on up. Let them in. That to me is crazy. I don't know anybody that lives like that. I don't know anybody somebody at the front door downstairs, you get a phone call from the bellhop and they say, oh yeah, let them on up because they can't get up without your permission. Well, that is crazy. That is mind blowing to me. I don't know if anybody else catches that, but I catch it. He's like, oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, okay, let him up. All right. What? I'm used to having to go downstairs and go outside and let somebody in. And to me, that is, I want that kind of life. I want at the drop of the hat be cool to travel. I want to buy my dream car. And every single person on this call, you have the opportunity to do all of that. And guess what? The beauty about most of you you're in an area that is not popping yet. So guess who gets to get it started? You get the opportunity to get it started. But is it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. So I just thought I would share a little bit of my personal decisions, personal kind of revelations, and the fact that, you know, I as successful as I've been, I'm nowhere near as successful as I want to be, and I'm not working as hard as I need to be. I know some people look at, you know, me when I do 3, 4, 5,000 volume points as success. That's garbage to me because I'm worth more than that. If I have a month of, like right now, like 3,500 volume points, and I know it's because I can't go out as much as I used to, that sucks. I'm mad every day I look at it because I'm worth more than that. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I'm worth 3,000 volume points. Hell no. I know my abilities. I know what I deserve, and I know what I'm capable of, and that ain't it. Some people will settle for chasing 2,500. No. I said I want to change my life, not maintain. So that's not it. I get mad. I'm telling you, I get mad when I don't do 5,000 volume points. I get mad. I literally get, I have to do personal development. I got to turn on some Les Brown or something and calm me down because that upsets me because it's like I'm not valuing myself enough to go get everything that's out there for me. So I'm deciding today for myself that I can't do that anymore. I'm trying to, like, I want y'all to see, like, my wall that I have here. I have all my, you know, my global expansion team and all that stuff. And right over there is my vacation tracker for well, I mean, I guess I got to print out a new one because we ain't going to the Bahamas anymore. But for Mexico, I'm tracking. And for me, I'm too far away. I'm not going to miss a vacation. I got about 40,000 volume. I got about 25,000 volume points to go to qualify for this vacation. I'm trying to get that next month. Why? Because I'm worth it. And I have to start valuing myself more. I have to look at that number. And Garen told me yesterday, he says your volume is a reflection of what you value yourself at. And that's what you value yourself at. That's fine by you and that's fine by me because that's what you're saying you value yourself at. So what I'll do right now is, I don't know if anybody has any questions about anything in particular or anything that they want to say or whatever, but I would really appreciate it if anybody had anything, any comments, questions, or concerns, that we get that out the way right now. And you can unmute yourself if you do have anything. And it don't look like nobody got nothing to say. Oh, Rhonda. What up, Rhonda?
Hey guys, I think the fact that you said being able to create your own, our team here in Houston has been blessed to have our own facility, our own club now, and that does give you an opportunity to create new. You get to create events, you get to create the atmosphere, you get to build and just kind of do it how you want to do it, because in this business, there's no blueprint. People show you how, they show you what they did, but you get the opportunity to do what you want. And that's what makes it so special, because Herbalife doesn't tell you have to do it one way. So I think that was the big point that I took away from tonight, was just being able to create and do what you really want to do and be successful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to let y'all know I always value feedback. A lot of times we just get on here and listen just because, it's whatever. We want to just get on the show face or whatever it is. But when I look at, I struggle with this, because I try to figure out what I need to change. Because at the end of Garen's call, he has 50,000 people got something to say. And at the end of Super's call, he got people that have stuff to say. And then, I listen to other people's team calls, and, they have, questions, they have comments or thanking people, whatever the case may be. It's always something. And I have to figure out, maybe it's because my people aren't local. Maybe it's because we don't really know each other. I don't know what it is, but we rarely get, feedback, and we rarely. If I wanted to change anything in this group and about us, I want us to change about how we talk to each other, or, encouraging each other, because it seems like everybody is just like focused on themselves. And what I will guarantee you is you will not be successful if you're focused on just yourself. I attest my success to Kyra pushing me, to Terrence pushing me, my sidelines, them contributing and showing that that's what I have to do. That's why I know what I got to change, because I'm seeing Terrence do it. I'm not about to have him pass me up. So I see what he's doing, and I'm like, okay, I got to do that. I got to contribute more. I got to build more local. So that's what I want to create here. I want to create an atmosphere to where it's cool for everybody to have something to say. If it's cool for if anybody had a message, or even I don't really even know, but that's a part of contribution that I really want us to work on, because I just see it declining in our group for real. And I don't know if it's a loss of motivation or people don't like each other or whatever it is. But we kind of need a little bit more, contribution, not even just on the calls, but in our group. And the messenger is like, I talk to Kylie in Orlando all the time now. It's just like us talking to each other. But it's no problem, because I like talking to them. They're funny. Orlando uses a lot of emojis. And I know everybody else has, like life going on. But, I just know I'm never going to stop doing what I'm doing. You're never going to see me disappear unless I need like a weekend in Vegas or something to myself. But other than that, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. So that is all I have. I don't know if anybody else has anything, but I would like to start creating leaders who always do have something. So I just want to make sure nobody else has anything before we get off of here. Let me see. Oh, EOM tomorrow. End of month is tomorrow. 5 gets 5 ends tomorrow. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can. I know I'm far away, but I'm like, you know what? Anything is possible, because I've done it before. So I'm just going to ask one more time, because I don't know. I see people were frozen. If anybody else had anything to add. Going through the boxes. All right. Nobody has anything to say? Cool beans. So I'll go ahead and unmute or stop recording first.